Hello and welcome. My name is Renirio Esther.
And my name is Catherine Wolf. We are your self love coaches. If you want to hear more about our self love practices, please drop us a DM or drop us a comment and say DM, and we will connect with you. We would love to share more about the work that we do. Today, we're going to share the one thing, the one place where self love cannot be found.
And that one place is outside of ourselves. For instance, if there are 10 people loving me, then I can love myself because then I am good enough. And that's really a great struggle that we walk around with is this good enough thing. It's weighing us down to the point where we put on all these different masks and play these different roles. I mean, imagine in my professional life, I get to play the role of the vocation, whatever work it is that I'm doing. In my social life, I get to play this friend, and in my personal life, I get to play a father or a husband. So it's all of these different roles that we get to play in the world outside, and based on that, what is coming back, we are feeling like, yeah, we are good enough, we can be loved, and then we're going to be okay with ourselves. And this good enough thing, as I'm saying, weighing us down to the point where we do not believe that this love is on the inside of us. We really need to find it on the outside.
Yeah, we are so conditioned to going outside and not taking responsibility for ourselves. And we are so conditioned to getting that check. Yes, I am good enough, or what I'm doing is good enough, or I am accepted, or I am loved outside. The big problem with this is that the outside world changes all the time. The only constant in that world is change. So if you are basing your self-love, if you are basing your self-esteem, your self-value, your self-worth on the outside world, it might work for you for a little while, but sooner or later, generally sooner rather than later, you are going to learn that the pain that comes from that disappointment, because it will disappoint you. The world will change, and the way that people show up and approve of you outside of you is going to change. And so that is not where self-love is.
That is the one place where we do not find self-love. As everything changes all the time on the outside, we can apply acceptance of this moment, of this experience, the one that is changing. And within our acceptance, we are loving to ourselves. It's something that we get to give to ourselves. And within this acceptance of what is, we show up lovingly towards whatever that is. And most of the time we get to create what is not because of our acceptance.
Yes. Self-acceptance. It's really the full embodiment and acceptance of what is going on inside right now. And within that space allows the space for something new to come, rather than staying on that hamster wheel. Remember that hamster wheel? rather than doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, to turn inward and look inside and get it from the place where you have the control, the only place where you have the control, and to accept absolutely everything that is going on for you fully. But that can be a really difficult thing to do, especially when you're not feeling loving, especially when you don't feel loved. So how do we do that?
Well, the very first thing that we get to look at is what judgments are standing in the way of me experiencing, first accepting what is, and then experiencing that on the inside. Because the judgments will stop us. Again, like the not good enough, the judgments will weigh us down, and it will bring us to this place where something is happening to me rather than the acceptance of what is and experiencing something happening for me. So That's a very important part, is being aware of the judgment, because turning inwards means that this outside is going to get smaller and this inside is going to get bigger. So meaning that I'm going to give more attention to the inside and I'm going to allow the outside to be what it is, which would make it smaller all on its own.
Yes, that is a really beautiful practice, and within that is the very difficult place of the acknowledgements that I am judging myself as not good enough. And when you can get to that point, when you can see that all that is happening when you're looking outside is it's a reflection of your own internal judgment that you are not good enough to feel love inside of you. And so you look outward for it. And the acknowledgement that that is just going to bring you pain, and to turn it around and to rather judge yourself as good enough and deserving of your own love, of your own care, right?
The beautiful part is when we get to do that, it's this little container that gets to fill up and fill up and fill up, and eventually it starts overflowing. And we don't have to do anything for the world outside. Whoever is going to come into our energy field will be infected with that overflowing love that is just inside of us.
Yes, and that is how you experience peace, love, and joy, no matter what. Because, like we said, it's that internal space that is yours that you have control over, rather than the external space which you have no control over. So it doesn't matter when you have it for yourself. It doesn't matter what's happening outside, because you're not needing to be good enough for that. You are okay in your own skin, inside of yourself, good enough for yourself, and within that is self-love.
That is a practice.
Yes, that is a self-love practice. So if you want to hear more about our self-love practices, please drop us a line, comment self-love practices, and we would love to share more with you about our practice and our workshop coming up. Yeah. So do connect with us. We'd love to hear from you, and until next time.